Natsuki, she's quite the...
Snappy one, right? I've heard about how aggressive she could be in school.
Yeah. And Monica does so many wonderful things for the club.
Monica. We were in the same class some time ago. How that happened still boggles me.
Sounds like you two were quite acquainted then. Looks like I won't have to work as hard to introduce you guys.
Seems like it. Dodged a bullet there. If I keep this up, Sayori might think I'm really smart or clinically insane. In any case, we go about our way to school. Once we get there, we part ways and go to class. I'm sitting in an empty classroom, still organizing and memorizing any event that might have significance. I hear the door open behind me, and I quickly shut my notebook. Turning around, I see Yuri. Yuri! What brings you here? I stated, not asking.
Gasp! I thought this room was empty. I'm sorry. Also, how do you know my name?
Oh, I've heard a lot about you.
So that's so.
Yuri looks away, almost shamefully. I can only imagine why. Well, I'm heading out. I'm supposed to meet with Sayori at the literature club.
The literature club? I just came from there looking for something.
Mind if I tag along?
I don't mind. By the way, you wouldn't happen to be that friend Sayori was talking about? The one she skipped club with?
We weren't skipping. I took her to the doctor's office. It was urgent. Sarah and I will explain when we get into the club.
She didn't seem sick to me on Monday.
Oh, well, that's because, well, she'll tell you about it.
I see. I'm sure what you told the club will be in good faith.
Thank you. Now you mentioned you were looking for something?
Yes, I was looking for art supplies.
I think you'll find that in another room.
You think so?
We both walk out of the classroom in search of art supplies. So you're in the literature club too?
Well, there's Monica, the club's president, and Sayori, our vice president, and Natsuki and I. It is a bit hard to converse on most days, so I just stick to my books.
Sounds about right. At least the facts are still lining up. Sayori's my longtime friend. And yet I thought she only joined for fun.
What changed your train of thought?
Well, let's just say I've seen a different part of her. I think I understand why she wanted to help start a club. And I think she has a great reason to do it.
And what would that be?
The club is something Sayori can put her name to. It gives her a sense of meaning.
I see. Sayori certainly is on your mind a lot.
Well, to be honest, I worry about her too much. I guess we've been together for so long that I feel like a brother to her. So part of me just feels obligated to look out for her.
You say that almost like it's a flaw. I believe it's a good trait to have.
What makes you say that?
Kindness and compassion for others goes a long way.
Huh. Do you think this room has what you're looking for?
I know for a fact that one doesn't. I should have gone to the art room first.
Yuri looks down at herself in defeat. I bet Sayori has some supplies herself. Or knows where to find them. She's working on posters for the festival.
You're right. Thank you, Hallie.
We both head back to the literature club and walk inside.
Hey, you two, I'm glad you made it. Indeed. Look who I found lounging around a classroom. Hallie, you said you would come in.
Well, you never told me where it was, and I thought you would meet up with me. I guess we're both screw-ups today, aren't we?
I guess we're both even.
Sayori sticks her tongue out at me as I turn to look over at Natsuki.
What are you looking at? Yeah, that's right. Look away.
I forgot she's really aggressive. Add that and me running off with Sayori. I bet she must be thinking about what we were doing.
Hello there. You must be Sayori's friend. The one she mentioned to me yesterday.
That would be me.
Well, she must be lucky to be with someone like you. It's a brave thing you did to confront her about her depression and talk to her or take her to a professional. Lord knows what she could have done without it.
I know full well. Well, I take it this is the literature club.
Well, duh. What did you think it was?
Forget it. I'm sure you all know why Sayori was out yesterday.
No, why is that? Somehow I'm always the last to know.
I'd tell you, but I think Sayori should be the one to say it. Nosebud really hates comments, doesn't it?
Well, since everyone's here, and since Monica blurted it out, my apologies. No problem, Monica. But yes, I do have severe depression. I've had it most of my whole life.
Most of your whole life? You mean just... whatever.
Yesterday, Hallie convinced me to go see a doctor. I guess it went well. In fact, I haven't felt better in years.
You're also forgetting something. Something that involves the whole club.
Oh, I have a group therapy session tomorrow, and it would be great if all of you could come. If that's the case, I'm canceling tomorrow's plans and moving them to Friday. Tomorrow we'll go to Sayori's group therapy. Any questions? No. No. She could have at least told the rest of us. I don't think Sayori would have felt comfortable telling the whole club at first. So I understand Sayori being a bit secretive. But that's for another discussion. Quite the interesting introduction to the club, eh, Hallie?
You can say that again.
Well, feel free to crack open a book and read away. Or discuss a book with the other club members. Around the end of the meeting, we'll discuss the future plans of the club. For the club. And share what we all did today.
Sounds like fun.
And feel free to browse through our collections of books.
Yeah, I'll go do that. I walk over to the closet and look through the books. Trash. Read it. I hated it. How is this even allowed? Boring. As I browse, I mutter titles in my mind until one in particular sticks out to me. Thus spoke Zarathustra? Zarathustra? I don't know. Interesting.
Hallie!
Huh?
Oh, sorry to surprise you like that. I just needed to tell you that if you want to check out a club book, you have to run it through me. I borrowed some from the school library and need to document what goes in and out. Some of these books are also our personal copies.
Makes sense. Mind if I borrow this one?
Not at all.
I hand the book over to Monica.
Wow, this is quite an interesting choice, Hallie. Although this leans more towards philosophy than literature.
I know, that's why I want to read it.
Really? Well, we have other books like this if you want to read something different.
Maybe later. For now, I'd like to check this one out.
All right.
Monica writes something down on a slip of paper and hands it back to me.
Be sure to return it in 2 weeks.
Is that your idea of a joke?
I'm only kidding. Keep it as long as you need it. But be sure I have it back before the semester gets out.
Will do. I take the book with me and take a seat. Opening the book, I begin to read. And I'm still lost. Different book, same result. I know Yuri would have some great insight, but I know she'll tell me the same things again. It isn't long before I'm staring aimlessly at one single page.
Okay, everyone. I'm about to wrap up our club meeting today. As a reminder, we're not meeting here after school. We're all going to meet at the front gate. I'm sorry about this being so last minute. If I could have let you guys know sooner, I would. You don't need to worry about it, Sayori. Life throws you in for a loop at times. What is important is how you choose to react. She's quite right, Sayori. You don't need to feel bad for something out of your control. Thank you. Oh, and before I forget, Hallie, you never said if you wanted to join the club or not.
Well, considering I just borrowed a book, you'd think I have some obligation to join the club. But here you go. I'll join the club.
Glad that's squared away. Yay! I can't wait to see what tomorrow and Friday have in store. Welcome aboard. Just don't get on my bad side. All right?
Is that even possible? Noted. So, say, are you ready to go?
You bet.
With that, the two of us take our leave.
So, you checked out a book today?
Yeah.
I never took you for a reader. Especially of those kinds of books. In fact, I think I remember you telling me that you were going to use those assigned books as kindling.
Yeah, but I felt the book almost speak to me, cutting my hands and eyes to read its contents.
Now you're starting to sound like Yuri.
Well, I did spend a lot of time with her last week, so maybe it is rubbing off.
Last week? You mean you knew Yuri before the club?
I didn't mean it like that. Just a slip of the tongue.
Alright. But Yuri is quite the bookworm. She can take you to so many places in such a short time. Her words can feel so magical.
Yeah, she does. And she also has this maternal vibe to her. And to be honest, I see it in you too.
What's that supposed to mean?
You're more than you realize. I saw it yesterday when you read to those children. You're so kind and compassionate to not only me and the club, but also to strangers. What I'm saying is, you're a great person. And I want you to know that.
Oh, you're too kind. I should get going. I have homework to do.
See you then. I enter my house. I walk in and throw my bag onto the couch and sit down. I take out my notebook again and look at my notes. I flip over to a blank page and begin writing down my experiences today, making sure to leave nothing behind. You sure you'll still have that notebook the next time this loops? My buddy, my dude. I wake up feeling better than I do on most mornings. I feel so new and whole. I feel my worries wash away for once. I'm not scared anymore. I look at my phone. I got a text from Sayori.
Good morning, Callie. Can't wait to see you at the club. These pills work like magic.
That's great to hear. See you outside. Sayori's already out and about? This is great news. I jump out of bed and get ready. I go outside to see Sayori waiting by my door. Hey, Sayori.
Hey, Callie.
You seem to be in a much better mood.
Yeah, that's all thanks to you. Boop.
Sayori leans forward and boops me on the nose. She hasn't done that in a long time. I smile. Let's go.
Yeah. Don't want to be late.
We leave and have a nice brisk walk to school. She tells me about the poster she's been working on for the club, and how Yuri chipped in and gave her some pointers. She even showed me all the improvements she made. I'm really impressed with this, Sayori. Monica will be sure to love it.
I really hope so. Monica loves everything I do.
I get the feeling something is going on between the two. I understand they have a club to run, but I feel it goes deeper than that. You say it like Monica won't appreciate it. I'm sure she'll love all the effort you put into this club.
She does. She just never says it. She says showing appreciation is better than saying it.
I bet. Something rubs me the wrong way. In the other timelines, she talked a lot about the things Monica said to her. I continue walking in relative silence. When we arrive at school, we head off to class while exchanging a simple goodbye. I'm the first one at the meetup place. The others must be getting ready. I'm sorry, is this like an ocean breeze I'm listening to right now? The others must be getting ready. Monica must be practicing piano. I could intervene, but I'll wait. Minutes pass and Yuri shows up, followed by Sayori, then Natsuki. Monica comes after a few minutes. Yeah, those are wave sounds. Where are we?
So are you girls ready to go?
As ready as I'm going to be. We're in this together. That's what friends are for. I hope this won't take long. Let's hope this is quick and painless.
Lead the way, Sayori. Sayori leads us to where we went the other day. Eventually, though, I have to remind her where it is, and I end up leading the way. Sayori walks up to the front desk.
Hi, appointment for Sayori at 5.
You're a few minutes late, but I'll call the doctor down.
We'll sit down for a few until the doctor shows up. Miss Sayori, is there a Sayori here?
Right here.
Follow me, please. So these are your friends from the literature club, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, this is Hallie, Monica, Natsuki, and Yuri.
Nice to meet you all. Now tell me, who are all of you to Sayori besides club members?
Well, if you ask Sayori, I'm a role model to her. I'm a friend of hers. Though I will admit she practically dragged me to the club. But I don't regret joining a bit. And I'm a friend of Monica, so by extension I'm a friend of Sayori.
I'm her best friend. I've known her since we were kids. Right, and what do you see in all of your friends, Sayori?
Well, Hallie always looks out for me. Monica's ambitious and always goes through with what she says. She's always trying something new. Natsuki stands her ground and won't take no for an answer. For better or for worse. And Yuri is so calm and collected. She gives out the best of advice.
And what do you, Sayori's friends, think of her?
Sayori, you're sweet and mean well, but there are times where you are a little overbearing. I think Sayori could try and be independent for once. It's great you want to be like me, and that you look up to me, but I can't always answer all your questions and do everything for you. I'm not sure what I should say. I don't want to offend you.
You won't. Be as honest and as you need to be.
Be as honest and as you need to be. That's kind of an awkward sentence.
Okay. While I understand you have ambitions for this club, I cannot see what your plan is for the club in the future. Being a part of something is more than attaching your name to it. You have to plant something down for future generations to reap, so that they can continue that legacy.
I see. Was it that hard, Yuri?
I have no more words to say.
Now, my last question is, do you have anything you're holding back, Sayori? I know you're to be on good terms with them, but your situation won't improve if they don't know what's really bothering you.
There is one thing. Monica,
Yes?
there's something you should know. I get the feeling you don't appreciate my efforts in the club at all. It's like every time I do something or suggest something fun for the club to do to you, you'll always shoot it down. And not in a nice way. It's like you always have to be right in every situation.
I knew it. You don't even give a shit about this club.
Excuse me?
You heard me, Monica.
How exactly do I not go out of my way for everyone in this club? In fact, didn't I put my club plans aside to attend this appointment for Sayori?
Yeah, you did. I bet you're just trying to cover your own ass so if Sayori did kill herself, you don't look so bad. You would just be the bearer of bad news instead of a bad club president.
I don't know what's gotten in your head, but you're wrong. I've put a lot of time and love into this club. I get that you're worried about Sayori and her condition, but it's not healthy to take your anger out on us. We're just as lost as you are, Hallie.
You seem perfectly fine considering your negligence is causing Sayori's depression.
As if insistent yelling is helping your case. Hallie, will you please drop this?
Why should I? Like I said, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Hallie! Depression isn't that clear-cut. You can't solely put the blame on me or any one thing. You're being unreasonable.
Kind of is.
I will admit that this is partly my issue, but I'm working towards fixing it. Monica does make a good point, Hallie.
Stay out of this, Yuri. This doesn't concern you. Jeez, MC, calm down.
I...
No, you're not the one who told Sayori she'd be better off if she just vanished.
Hallie, if you're going to stand here and accuse me of false accusations, then maybe you should leave. It's not good for anyone here.
Excuse me, but who walked Sayori over to the doctor's? I did. Who took care of Sayori first? You or me?
I'm not going to ask again, Hallie.
I must confer, this behavior isn't going to help out with the issue at hand here.
Fine.
I stand up and walk out the door, almost slamming in anger. I don't care. I'll just come back anyway. None of this will even matter. If Monica wants to act all high and mighty, then fine. That's her problem. Jeez, dude. You went from like 0 to 60 there. Ugh, what day is it again? Is it Thursday? I look up and find myself slouched on my desk. I look down and see a pool of drool near my notes. I must have passed out during my study session. I look at the time. I really should get up and get ready for the day. I can't help but feel remorse for yesterday. I should at least talk to Sayori.